People, what's good? Welcome to another edition of the Fly Zone. Sorry I have been on here the last few days, been kind of busy. Hope everybody's going well. Have a Miss Brenda, my special guest over here.
Hello.
Uh wanted to discuss and talk about how to fix disconnected relationships. So, Miss Brenda, you got the floor.
Wait, you need to do interview questions, sir.
I was just messing with you. But I guess we're just here to get people's opinions on how to fix disconnected relationships amongst anything. I guess in the point, friendships, it can be marriages, boyfriend, girlfriend, potential match makes maybe on the dating sites,
Okay.
and maybe I guess after the both parties feel comfortable, messing each other, they can exchange information. Um,
Mhm.
I guess there was a point in time when I had like a situation that happened after meeting somebody on the dating app. A few days after chatting, that
Mhm.
the person was feeling disconnected in a way of just wanting to be only friends. Not that that's a bad thing,
Mhm.
but I guess I'm just curious to know like how, without overthinking so much on it, is there a good chance to try to see what's going on or what's causing the disconnection, or just put your hands up and just say, you know what, I'm okay with just being friends, even though you want to, your gut and your heart is saying, okay, let's progress more to being just friends. But do you just say, like, just let's just be friends only, and if that whenever that time comes up, you know, we'll reach that point.
If anybody ever tells me they just want to be my friend, I just take them at their word. I'm never gonna uh, put myself in a situation where I'm gonna be breaking my own heart because I feel like if you pursue someone that clearly tells you that they're not interested in you in that way,
Mm-hmm.
that's just putting yourself in a situation where the probability of your heart being broken or your ego being
Yo,
smashed
what's up?
is
What's
pretty
up?
high.
Hey, Mr. Kwame, I got a good friend, Miss Brenda,
Hello.
on the chat.
Hey,
We
hey,
having a little special discussion on how to fix disconnected relationships. So, um, what I was saying, that I had like a little situation that came up about wanting to meet somebody potential, like a potential mate, but she felt like there was a disconnection amongst it progressing to be more than friends. So
yeah.
I want to know, like, I guess from anybody's point of view, and if people that's hopefully going to join the chat, comment, um, share the page so that everybody can get their point across, or give suggestions. Like, when do you know to continue to pursue this person, or do you just say, all right, I'm gonna just be cool, I'm gonna just be friends with them, and that's it?
How
Uh,
long ago did you match with her?
Hmm.
How long ago did you match with her?
The 27th, last August.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah,
yeah, for
no,
real.
I didn't think it was going to get that fast. So, but
Okay, so
I let my intentions be known.
okay,
So,
that's good because that's
so
important. If someone doesn't know intention, or maybe your intentions just didn't match with what she's looking for. Like for example, when I date with intent, and if I realize the intent is not the same, then I bow out, and that's fine. Like there's no hard feelings or anything. But if we're heading different directions, if I guess our journeys or our boats aren't headed to the same port, then We need to split up and just like talk through the walkie-talkie. I don't know. I don't go about.
Yeah, said walkie talkies.
Well, I
God,
don't
boy.
know. I don't know what it's called on the speaker thingy.
But I
Which
mean,
is sad
it's
because I lived in the ocean. I should know what that's called. And I was in NJROTC.
but it's like for me, I feel like okay, if it goes that route, like if you giving if you flirting and doing all this type of stuff, which is okay, I'm okay. I'm okay with flirting. It's
Hmm.
because it's not going to get to the point like, oh, we're gonna go from flirting to this within 1 week. It builds up over time.
Yeah, no, no, and I'm
So
one week.
yeah, and I think what I kind of realized when she sent the message, I guess it was expecting me to get a rise out of me or something. So it wasn't like I was expecting. I guess she was
Mm,
expecting me to say something right out the bat. I kind of just let it manifest what she said and just take my time and respond and not responding right away. 'Cause I think I don't know, maybe it may be just me. I'm just willing to just hear from all sides of okay, not to really get to taking it personal in a way like, oh, I'm finna cuss her out in this text message and boom, boom, boom,
oh
boom,
God,
boom, boom.
no, no,
No, I'm saying
no.
not me, but I'm just saying I've seen other people do that when they get hit with rejection, because it's not going the
No,
way
when
that it's
I
going.
a rejection to me is a blessing because that means you're not investing time in the wrong situation.
Yeah.
Like for example, like I feel like I should have gotten divorced way sooner than I did because I do feel like I wasted so much time because there was a
Mhm.
disconnect since my third year of marriage and I was married for over 14 years. I mean, like the split was at 13 and a half, but I
Mhm.
wasted 10 years. And a lot of people say I didn't, but when I reflect on it, I did because in my gut, I knew I had to get out and I did it because I got married by the church, so I thought I was like making or committing a huge sin. But on the bright side, since my ex husband cheated like by the church, I didn't break any rules, so I'm good. I'm good there. I didn't break any rules, so now I can get my Catholic wedding annulled, and I'll be good. But you know
but
what? I was telling my friend Camber, I worked on that marriage till I couldn't no more. I have no regrets because I worked on it till I just had to throw in the towel and be like, I'm done.
so what motivated you to try to work things out with him, and what motivated you to just be what was the things that kind of stood out from trying to work towards repairing a marriage, and what were the things that kind of stood out into you know what, I'm done, we're just gonna get this divorce and I wish you nothing but the best.
Well, we're not at the I wish you nothing for the best
I
yet.
know that part,
Right now
baby.
we're at the I wish you what you deserve.
Dang. Okay.
Hey, that is only an insult if you think that that's what if you don't deserve good. So I only wish him what he deserves. Is that an insult or is that a compliment? If
What you
someone wishes me what I deserve, I don't take it as an insult, but I know he does.
Yeah. What you say, Kwame? I guess I thought you said something. But I
Oh,
mean
I thought
it's
he said something too.
but I'm just trying I mean it's like when did the disconnection start for you? Like when did you know it was or when did you know it's the disconnection was happening?
The third year of marriage, like I remember we moved to this apartment complex, and I knew something was wrong, and I tried to go to therapy with him. I think it could have been solved if we worked on it in the beginning because I really cared about him and I feel like I made a lot of sacrifices and they didn't feel like it. Now, sometimes I wonder if that was stupid. Like, for example, I put my education on hold so he could focus
Mm.
on his career. And I said, okay, I'll focus on my career. And when it was my turn, that's when the divorce was initiated.
Sheesh.
So that's a lesson for me because, like, I could just be like, oh, that's his fault. But I also made that choice to some extent. I was like, okay, because when I got married to him, I told him how important my education was. Because when I was a 6 year old, I didn't dream of being a wife. I dreamt of adopting a child and walking across the stage with a PhD, which is a really weird 6 year old, but I'm a weird person, so
Mm.
like there is like I could not wait to wear my gown because I'm about to get my bachelor's in February, so I'm gonna walk the stage in May of next year, God willing. Like I
Oh
am
no, that's
ready.
going to happen. That's going to happen. Even if I
Well,
got to
God
push
willing,
you
May. Yes, no,
across the
I'm ready
stage.
for my shoes. I'm ready. That outfit under that gown is gonna be fire. I don't know what I'm gonna wear, but it's gonna be
Gonna be
fire. I
gonna
know
be
that.
back flipping all over the place.
Yes, yes. Mm.
I can just see that now. So it's like I'm
I
not
already
even.
have all my TikToks planned. Mm,
Ah, ah.
one of them, and this is me being petty, and I know this. I told my advisor. I got a new advisor, by the way, because I didn't like my old one. But I told my advisor, this is me being petty. I'm throwing a little bit of shade there, but I'm gonna do the Cinderella's Dead song, and uh, whenever it talks about how badass she is, that's gonna be me in my graduation gown.
Mm.
I'm so ready, and nobody has heard this. Like brand new, like not even my advisor knew what it was. Not even Camber,
Mm.
and Camber's like one of my best friends. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm so ready, so ready.
I know you are. That's why I'm like, ain't no if God willing, you gonna get. Even if I gotta push you across that stage, it's
Mm,
going to
I'll
happen.
freaking
So
go in a burro, and I'm going.
I'm
But
called
anyways,
John.
I'm sorry, I diverted the conversation completely.
Mm-mm.
Um,
No,
but
you good.
yeah, I think the most important part in any relationship at any stage is communication. Like if I so something I've been learning is, and it makes sense now that I read about it, is the negativity bias. So when there's like empty spots or unknowns, our brain is prone to think negative things or overthink. Um, and communicating is the best way to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this guy I've been talking to, and it's going on, and he works a lot, like a lot. And sometimes he doesn't feel like talking to me, and that's fine because he'll be like, "I'm really tired. I don't really have energy to talk right now," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." So I just leave him my note, and I know he's tired, and I really don't care. Like, you do you, like rest, relax. Um, but if he didn't tell me, I would be like, "What the fuck?" Like, if you're not communicating and your energy changes, like if you tell me what's going on, I'm good. Or if you're like, I'm gonna be hanging out with my friend, okay, go hang out with your friend. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some guys in the past would be like, you can message me. I'm like, you're hanging out with your friend. And sometimes I might like in between or something. But I try not to message them too much if they're with their friends. Like I think you should hang out with your friends and you do you.
Not too many people do that. I think I don't know. Not to my knowledge that I know, but
No, I don't think so. Because even like on the receiving end, there have been guys that I'm like, actually, whenever I was dating my ex husband, I almost broke it off, and I think that was God telling me not to go on with it, but I was dumb and I didn't listen. Uh, I made it my will instead of God's. But he was always around me. Like it was suffocating. And my previous boyfriend before that had been a long distance relationship, which I don't recommend because the one before that was also long distance. My love language is quality time. If the person I'm talking to does not spend time with me, there's going to be a disconnect. It's almost
yeah.
certain. Uh, like this dude I'm talking to. worked really hard, and he promised me to go to the movies on Tuesday, and I didn't even ask him on Tuesday because I knew he worked, but he's like, okay, we can go on Tuesday, and I'm like, okay. And he got out of work really late, and he's like, I'm gonna relax for a little bit, and he's like, okay, the movie starts at 11. I'm like, what? I'm like, you work? I mean, I had already lost my job, so it didn't matter what time I went because I can wake up
Mm.
whenever. Although I still woke up at 7.
What kind of work he do?
He is a researcher at the hospital. He's done like COVID research, and
Mm.
he's working towards becoming a surgeon, but he's not a surgeon
Okay.
yet. But he
Shout
works at
out,
the hospital.
shout out to the future surgeon over there. You know, shout out to the young gentleman that's gonna be dealing with Brenda. I pray for you. You're gonna definitely need some Advil, Tylenol, etc.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh,
But I appreciate that he communicates. He's thoughtful. Um, like I can see that he is paying attention. Like I made a very small comment the very first time I met him that one of the drinks I drink, because I don't like most fountain drinks. I don't trust them. It's
what?
just I grew up in Corpus, and one time the Sonic in Corpus had a mouse in the fountain drink, and I've been
Oh
grossed out
no.
ever since. And I didn't get it there. Like I don't even go to that Sonic. I've only gone there like
I would have
once or
flipped out.
twice when I was in high school. But it came out on the news. Since that day, I've been grossed out about fountain drinks, especially Cokes, and a lot of times they're watery. So I just said, "Oh, I usually drink orange Fanta," and we went on a date. And then 2 days later, he's like, "I want to see you again." So we went and ate pizza. He was fasting because he's Muslim, so I couldn't meet him until a little bit later because it was a fast day. And he's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "I forgot I had to fast," and I'm like, "That's fine." He communicated. So we met up, uh, and he brought me Fanta, and I thought that was nice.
See that, and it's like the key things about that. It's like I don't know who hears this or needs to hear this, but it's like the small things like that can make the biggest impact.
Hmm.
Smallest things that the person that's doing it might not know, but to you, it's like, okay,
Yeah, actually, I still have the chocolate he brought me to our first date. It's really sweet, so I haven't finished it. Right here.
dang, you might
And
keep
I
the
was,
wrapper.
well, no,
Keep the
I
wrapper
still
on there.
have chocolate. I'm not a weirdo. I'm eating
Just,
it.
say,
I'm gonna eat
just
it.
saying, you might keep the wrapper. Just this was he brought me this for our first date.
That's a little creepy. He also brought me other stuff that I can keep. Like he brought me a present, and that's actually something very memorable. The very first date I ever went to after my divorce was with this guy from Ghana. And it was such a fun date, and he knew how much I loved my dogs, Peanut and Lola. Now I only have Lola, but at that time, he knew Peanut wasn't doing great, and
Oh,
he brought me bracelets for each dog to represent each dog. Like he could have stolen my heart in that very moment, to be quite honest. Because anybody messes with my dog, they're out. But if
I,
you are like focused on my dog or respect my dog, and my dog likes you, we're good. We're still good.
I think to me, I don't know if Kwame can agree with this. I don't even remember the last time I had fun on a date.
Oh, you're not
Uh,
dating right then.
I know, just saying like no, I just been a while, and it's like I can't even remember the last time I had fun on one.
Nah, I laughed so much. Like that was such a good experience because I was so scared to go on a date after a divorce. I hadn't gone on a date. I had never done online dating, and I had heard horror stories. But you have to have discernment when you're on these apps. One, if your gut tells you this person's not right, then it's not right.
Yeah, cause
Like there's this guy. Oh wait, I was about to say his name. I'm not. Although his name is
I'm
common.
you can make up some names. No, we don't do no background checks over here on
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, we're gonna call him Jacob, but it was
Jake.
not Jacob. So I matched with
Okay.
this guy named Jacob, and we like clicked. And then my ex husband went on my stream the day before our first date, and that cut the connection. And he told me I'm not ready. Um,
Mm.
and I'm like, okay. I wasn't gonna. I was very confused because the day before he was completely different, and then it clicked. I don't know if that's the reason or he just felt a disconnect. But he told me that this is not it. Okay. Thank you
I
for
think,
telling me. Thank you for being honest, and thank you for not wasting my time. Because I don't think it's a waste of time when you're getting to know someone. I do think it's a waste of time if you continue once you know that's not the one.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like I think, like, um,
I don't
Mama,
have
have you ever
hair.
been to that situation before?
I don't have some
Like,
hair rides.
huh?
I don't have. I don't have some hair rides.
Damn.
All right, so my ex-wife was out married for like 2.5 years. She was older. I didn't start dating until maybe like 2019, somewhere. 'Cause I wanted my marriage. We separated 2017. My marriage wasn't like it wasn't annulled
Mm.
until like 2019 because it took a minute for everything to kind of process. Uh, ain't gonna lie, we separated. I didn't date. I was actually wild and out. Like I was having sex after I got married. Like after I got separated. Like a whole year and a half, me and her didn't have no kind of sex at all. So when we separated, I tell you, I felt a whole lot better after I left. 'Cause it was a big
Mhm.
thing about myself. And every girl that I had, I was with. Just that for one night or a couple of nights, it was relief. 'Cause it was like that's fun. Like that, I missed that.
I,
And dating apps, I think I didn't really do no other dating apps until Facebook Dating came out in 2020. I was dating. I dated old schoolmates, cousin. That went good. I think we was just two different headspaces at the time. Let's see. All the other girls I've been with on the Facebook dating app, it's been up and down. Uh, we just in two different headspaces. Last girl I was with, our first date, well, we went to Cheddar's in Mesquite, and we went to the park, and we was in my truck for a good minute. I ain't gonna tell you what happened, but yeah.
at least you had some success more than me.
I mean, we didn't have sex. It was more like a mutual thing going on at the time. Like we was in.
A mutual extreme makeout session.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happened. We didn't.
Good,
We didn't
good, good
go.
paraphrasing.
There you go. That
That's
worked.
not paraphrasing. There's different levels of makeup session.
We went past makeout, but yeah, we went there. I mean, we had a good time together. She just said it felt like we just disconnected a lot. So we was in two different things because I was just starting working again with Young Life, and she was. I think she was kind of mad. She was like, "Well, you get paid every month. I don't know how this gonna help. I mean, it's a start off. It's every month. I mean, dang, I
But
miss
it's
getting paid.
but
I
it's
just,
like to me though. When do you know there's a disconnection though? Like,
I know
It's
it's
your
at the time
intuition.
they
There's no
say,
time frame.
yeah, I just be like, oh well, you don't want to talk. That's cool. I be like, have a blessed time. Then I block them.
That's the best part. You have to block them. Like once it goes past making out, you gotta block them.
Yeah, you gotta block them. Like I just be like, have a blessed time. Then the next thing I know, be like, well, they blocked. Like I was talking to this girl today, met her on Facebook dating, and then all of a sudden she was like, she had blocked me after a while. We was talking about what we want to do on the first date. She like pizza and wings. I was like, all right, we can go to Wing Stop or something. Man, I looked on there, she had blocked me. I was like, bro, come on, really? Okay.
It also depends how you bring it up and how they
I don't
feel.
get that though. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you could be having a regular conversation with the person, then all of a sudden
Yeah,
the dang conversation ain't even there no more. Like, what was the point of you even conversating?
yeah. Don't put.
Okay,
So
she might
I look
also
up.
not be ready. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all something that's gonna make me look really
So that's the
bad.
thing that's weird to me. I don't get that.
Like, cause
Okay.
I had looked. She had a Snapchat and she had Instagram. Then she brought me on both. I was like, all right, I'm good. Cause I remember the girl before. We tried to talk before, but something always went wrong with it. So I guess this time was a time she was like, well, oh well, whatever. You don't have none of that. Yes.
I don't know. I think I just try not to get ahead of myself when I talk to like have a general conversation. But it's like even when
I
I say,
mean,
"Hey, how's it going?" or whatever, hope your day going well, I still get a deactivated conversation. Like what the
yeah. I mean, I be doing that. I wasn't rushing.
Okay,
I said, okay, so our first date, we can go
maybe
do
maybe
something.
their friend matched with you because my friend Madison has taken my phone and started matching with people I would never date. I'm like, why are you matching me with all these people that have fish pictures? I'm like, I can't go fishing with them. Like, if someone has a fish picture, I automatically am not gonna swipe.
what you
Like,
mean
I
like a
don't
fish picture?
like a picture of them holding a fish.
Are you
What the
serious?
world?
Yes, I don't like that.
This is my hobby.
I know I'm not gonna vibe with them.
That's funny. But
Well,
I already know. And she's like, yeah, you need a country boy. I'm like, I do not need a country boy. I'm like, they are not going to like me and I'm not going to like them. And that's
man,
okay. I
and
need
you
a
want to
city
go
guy.
fishing? Oh, it's over. Why? Why?
Well,
Okay,
no,
I
like,
mean you go fishing.
I don't mind if we eventually go fishing, but I don't want that to be something like, that country song where, like, it's a girlfriend or wife is going to be gone if he goes fishing and he's like, oh, I'm going to miss her. Like, I feel that would be me. Like, he would go fishing and I would be gone if he likes fishing that much. Like,
uh,
if
I don't know. But it's
I
just
think it's
like
more. I think it's easier to date online than in person because you don't have to really be. You can be yourself online and in person, but it takes a lot of time to. I think
yeah,
with the whole pandemic situation, it kind of made people kind of fearful of doing things outside. It's like, man, if we go outside and do something,
yeah,
we
look, you
might
give
catch
me
COVID.
give me a hug, you might get COVID. Now, look, if you touch the skin, you might get monkeypox.
Yeah, I mean, like when I first did Facebook Date, I think Facebook Date came out like 2020, right?
I want to
Sometime.
say 2020, something like that. Either one of them
Yeah.
times,
So this
but
girl I had talked to, man, we was talking like for a whole week straight. We're like, hey, we're gonna meet at Starbucks, and I went all the way to Addison. I drove all the way to Addison to go meet her at a Starbucks, but we ended up going to Smoothie King because the wrong location was closed. So we sat there, we talked for a minute, like that. She was showing pictures of her little cousin and her niece and all that. I'm like, oh, okay, they're beautiful and stuff. So, I was like, when we gonna go out again? She said, yeah, we'll go out when I come back from my town. I was like, cool, I just hit you up, drop the week, check on you and stuff like that. She's like, all right. So I hit her up, man, I tell you, 2 days, no response. She had blocked me on everything. I was like, bro.
I,
Like
uh,
I don't get how men and women. I mean, if you don't want to date, talk to somebody, just say that. But like, you know, set some ground rules. Like, hey, look, I don't want to date right now. I just want to have somebody to talk to, kick it with or whatever, every once in a while. But don't like I don't feel like they should explain every time they block you, but it should be like a matter of respect. Like, hey, this is why I blocked you or whatever. And then boom, bye. See you later.
well, I don't think they even have to tell you. They just tell you, like, I'm sorry, I wish you well, but this is not going to
I'm
work
just,
out.
I'm just saying to
I don't even
they
be
just
taking that either. I'm like, you can
block you
take
out
that
the
wish you
blue.
want and stick it up your ass. That's what I see.
Because you don't want to date you?
Take that wish you well
That's,
crap
I mean,
on.
that's a
it's
little
not even
extreme.
that. It's
Nah,
not
but
even
I mean,
that. It's
it's
like,
no. I'm just playing when
it's
I
hard
said that,
dating in
but
the 30s. It's hard dating in the 30s, man.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah, it
you tired of
is.
asking the same question. Like you got to paraphrase the same question up to something else different, more exciting. Like, what would you do in this situation?
Like,
I
like,
feel like I'm pretty good at asking those questions, and
I get tired of it.
I get annoyed when I don't get like feedback. Like, I'm
I'm gonna
like,
have to treat
oh.
dating like football. Timeout. I'm gonna take this commercial 30-second count timeout right here.
look, hey,
So,
look, you gotta do
I'm gonna
something.
decide if I want to go for this 2 point conversion or just settle for a field.
When I saw them people like that,
Cause I mean, it's
so I just copied my whole. I said, saw another girl, put it on another thing. That's all. Like, why
yeah.
type the same
You
thing to her?
sometimes you do that. Now, see, the thing is, like, y'all know the one, Bashar, you know, the one I be working with.
Mhm.
So he always tells me, Brandon, I feel sorry that, you're not dating somebody, nobody not trying to give you the chance. I was like, bruh, it's going to be okay.
Mhm.
I said, I know
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay because I know, like, like when I went to WrestleMania, the
Mhm.
fun part about it was like seeing how the energy was of
How the
going
what?
this the energy was
That
like
was so
going to
Oh
these
yeah,
sporting events or whatever. But
that was
like
super fun.
the downside
fine.
was like I'm like, dang, I wish I had somebody was here to sit with me. I wasn't thinking about it as much because it was like both of the days, part of the show, well, day one and day two was like pretty exciting. So, but it was like the downside of it was like, dang, I wish I had somebody to share this with. But it
You know
wasn't.
what?
I didn't. It didn't last long for me. When once Stone Cold music hit, I forgot everything else I was thinking about. So
I didn't actually miss going with someone to that event. Like there's some events that I do want to go with people with. But wrestling, like I love wrestling so much, and I wasn't gonna go mainly for money issues. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I was gonna take my brother anyways, and I was gonna have to wait in the area. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go to WrestleMania. Um, and I enjoyed every second of it. And at that time, well, actually, like since January 2021, I made a conscious effort to go to places by myself because I feel like if I'm gonna be a pleasure to be with anybody else, I have to enjoy being by myself. And that event was so fun. Like I don't even know how I was able to talk the next day because I screamed so much. And I made
uh,
friends around me, and I'm an introvert. I usually don't talk to
I
strangers.
was low key. Like I was so low key. Like once Stone Cold music hit, I was done. My whole energy left because I was it was like it was so many things to think of in both of those shows
Fine.
because one, I was thinking of my uncle who
Yeah.
passed in 2010. Like I was thinking like, dang, it should have either. I know he here somewhere in the spirit watching this show. Like I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I know he could be here watching this. But then it was like the other side, like me as a fan just watching this, like, dang, this is pretty cool. But then it was like the other side, like, dang, I wish I had some
Fine.
like me, like I wish I can just have somebody just to go with, just to have a good time. Not necessarily
Hmm.
like that they have to be a fan of it, but it's like you have to be open minded to just going out and doing stuff instead of just, you know, just not doing that. So I was kind of like you the same way because I had so many people talking noise to me. People
Hmm.
just like, especially on the second night with Roman
Yeah.
Reigns. Oh yeah, they was already like,
I
oh
love
yeah,
Roman
bro.
Reigns. Oh my
Like
god.
one dude was like, yeah, you wearing the wrong belt, bro. You wearing the wrong one. I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. By the time the match is over, he and his wife got up and left. I'm like, oh, where y'all going now? So, but it was, I think like sometimes, um, when you
Cody.
when you have like that feeling sometimes
Hmm.
that um emptiness, or not just emptiness, it's just something. It's like you want like a companion just to
Yeah, I need a
have,
companionship.
yeah, companionship. That's what I want. That's what I was trying to say. I couldn't really say it the way I
I
wanted
know.
to.
I got you.
But I don't know, it was just like some point sometimes I'd be like, man, but then it's like I'm good. So
I think the main time I feel like that is when I want to go to church. I really don't want to go to church by myself. I honestly haven't gone to church
who, man.
because
Man.
that is when I feel it. Other things I feel very comfortable doing by myself. Oh, I guess another thing I don't like doing by myself is eating at home by myself. I'm fine going to a restaurant by myself. I'll put on my headphones on, listen to music or an audiobook, read. Like I am fine and I'm enjoying every moment. Um, uh, but when it comes to eating at home by myself, ugh, I hate that. Like, I, the guy I'm talking to one day was like, "What did you eat?" I'm like, "I forgot to eat." And he's always getting after me because I'm like, I forgot to eat. And then one day I told him, I'm like, I think I forgot to eat because I just don't like eating by myself. And that's just something I remember from when I was married. At the very end, my ex-husband didn't ever want to eat with me, and I was like, what the heck? And quality time is my love language, so I'm like, I'm not asking for much here. I just want to eat dinner with you, and I don't even care if it's only like 15 minutes, but I think that should be like something that is prioritized.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if it's not like that's like one place where I was like, okay, like I don't think this is gonna change now that we're there. Like once you observe patterns and they don't change and they don't work for you, that's when it's time to walk away.
Yeah. It just sucks that I think I always hear this, like just people in general, like I just want somebody to just be transparent with it and understand who I am. But it's like you can say that, but the actions are different when you after you say that.
I
I
think
don't know.
sometimes people don't feel comfortable being vulnerable if they don't see the other person being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And like you can just see it. And obviously you got to be understanding of a lot of things, but if it feels like a constant battle, like is it
Mm-hmm.
really worth it? Uh, Obviously it's going to be a little bit harder in the beginning because being in a relationship and truly caring for someone, that is the most dangerous thing you can do, because you're handing someone your heart and telling them you have the ability to crush me.
Yeah. I,
And when I got divorced, my ex-husband crushed my heart so much that he shattered it into tiny, tiny pieces that they were glitter. Like it glittered. Like everybody was like, "You're glowing," and like they're like, "Wow!" Like we are amazed at how you're handling this, because it was hard because I lost my job and my marriage in the same freaking week.
good lord.
So I'm telling you.
Man, I would have went
um,
crazy.
and everybody's like, "How are you not on the floor crying?" I'm like, "I don't have time to be on the floor crying. I gotta get all of this situated." And he
I,
he really crushed it. But I mean, I'm happy he did now. I'm like, him cheating on me was the best gift he could ever give me, and I know that sounds so cryptic, but I would have never walked away from him.
I don't know. I think for me, like my past situation, I think it was just like I don't know if Kwame asked me this or somebody else asked me this. They were like, it was probably like a year
Hmm.
after I went through the progress and the journey, and it was just like the question was, how are you able to really be sane in this? I'm like, dude, I
One
just
day at a
take
time.
it one day at a time, but also I take it's like practice sports. It's like, you playing basketball and you gotta run these situations
Hmm.
just in case when it comes up. Know who to hit, know who to throw the ball to, know when
Hmm.
to call the play and stuff. So it was like when you had that one play against that one team, you know, that that kind of beats you, it's like okay, it's you kind of get taken aback. I think point like let me see, let me use like a game a game for example, like the Lakers and the Pistons, like the Lakers and the Pistons, '04. It was like the narrative was you can't stop Shaq, you can't stop Shaq and Kobe.
Hmm.
You can't stop them, but how can this other team do it? So it's like you look at different situations. You look at okay, Brandon ain't gonna be able to go do this. He ain't gonna be able to stop this two dominant forces. But you
Hmm.
have a way of just looking at the tape, looking at everything that you seeing, and knowing what you gotta do. So it like even though I don't reflect on it as much. But man, it was just so hard to get through it. It's
Mhm.
like Kwame said when he got divorced, it felt like letting go a bag of rocks. I felt like it was so many rocks on my back. It like I couldn't really get up. I'm trying to stand up straight. It's another rock from the. It's a flat rock that's gonna stay on my leg for a little bit. Okay, now I got to figure out how to get this one off my arm.
Mhm.
And it was like I never had that much peace and time in my life to where I was to the point I'm asking Kwame, bro, what can I do today? What can I do on my day off? Like I'm so used to just doing stuff. I'm like I'm asking other folks what to do today. Like I never did that before. But as over time, oh bro, what you doing? Oh, I'm over here playing shooting some basketball. Oh, okay. What you doing? Over here bowling. All right. What you doing? Okay. I'm doing this with my daughter. Oh, okay. I think and it's like I never seek the valuation, the gratification from people, nor that I needed to. Because it
Mhm.
was like it's just your project is a new canvas that you have to paint the best way you can. Like nobody ain't gonna be able to see your happiness the way you want it to because they still stuck on what happened back then.
Mhm.
Oh man, Brandon, I didn't think you was gonna be able to make it through that situation. But let tell me how you did it.
You know what? One of my friends was actually asking me that the other day, because he saw that I experienced that, and he knew my ex, and now he's going through that, and I saw it, so I reached out because I know it sucks, especially when it feels like it's out of left field, and you're like, what the fuck? And now that I look back, it wasn't out of left field, but I was like in a place where I did not see reality. I was disassociated from reality, and I look back, I'm like, girlfriend, it was very evident.
But it's like now it's like I can still tell that I'm heavily guarded.
Well, that's gonna take a while,
Yeah.
and you're gonna okay. So I'm gonna sound so dumb. Only Camber. I didn't even tell Brittany this. Only Camber and Joseph know this. Joseph is like my one guy friend that I love telling him crazy stuff because I know he doesn't like me like that and I don't like him like that. He's like my friend. There's never been any like sexual tension or nothing like that. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
safe. Um, Not that I feel unsafe with other people, but I feel safer telling him crazy stuff. But on one of my dates, I started making out with this guy and I started freaking out afterwards, and nothing bad happened. Like no boundaries were crossed. Like everything was consensual, and it was just making out. But I almost ghosted him. Why? It is gonna sound so stupid. I freaked out because I didn't know his favorite color.
You freaked out because of that?
Yes, I had a deep conversation with him, but I didn't ask him what his favorite color was, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, because I don't like to kiss someone right away. I mean, this wasn't right away, but I had intentions of waiting longer, but I did not. Like a peck was fine, but no intentions of making out. And I freaked out, and I'm like, because I've
Mm.
gone on dates where I'm like, you cannot kiss me, and most of the time I will not allow someone to kiss me, and like again, this was in our first date, but there were some dates like I've even had boyfriends. Obviously, I was little that never got to even hold my hand.
Damn. They're scared to
Uh,
even hold your hand because they know they might get flipped over.
I'm very particular about my physical boundaries, and I really gotta trust someone to let them get near me. Um, once they're in, they're in. But before they're, he was almost out before. Like I like legit freaked out. Like on the way home, I started crying. I'm like, oh my god, what did I do? You would have thought like I had like sexual intercourse in the middle of a park or something, even though I just kissed him. Uh,
Mm.
and yeah, I freaked out.
I,
And those are boundaries and triggers, and there's some triggers I don't even know I have still. Or like sometimes he'll do something and I'll freak out, and I'm like, I know I'm being dumb, because like my gut tells me it's not. Like I listen to my gut, and then I actually he doesn't know none of this, and he's not my friend on Facebook yet, so so that's fine. He won't see that. Well, I
let
think.
me let me find him. Hey man, what's your name? Okay, let
Yeah,
me go see
I'm
your
not telling
video.
you his name because yeah. But yeah, he doesn't know, and he is a gentleman. He respects my boundaries. He's very thoughtful, and I almost ruined that for freaking out that I didn't know his favorite color. Why that triggered me till this day, I haven't been able to figure it out. My friend was laughing at me, and I was telling her something else that happened that I would not post on the internet. And she's like, Brenda. And my friend is very conservative. So for her to tell me Brenda, that means I was being a square.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, okay, I was definitely being a square. I concur. And now that I get your perspective, because she sees how much he's trying.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna tell her like personal stuff about him, but I'm like, oh yeah, like for like him taking me to the movies so late at night when he worked the same day. That earned big points for him. He doesn't even know.
Same man.
Uh,
I'm telling you, shoot. So many people do that. I done done that so many times. But I'm so tired for work, but I wanna make sure this person's not feeling
Hi, Jazz.
neglected or whatever. So
Yes, that's important. And he like it was his birthday last week. And I mean, I haven't known him for that long, so I'm like, what do I get him?
mhm.
And I want to make sure that it's something thoughtful. So I custom made him a card because I love making custom cards.
Yes, you
Um,
do.
I definitely do. And I custom made him a canvas. And when I gave him the canvas, like it touched his heart, and I could tell. Like I've never had anybody react the way he did. Like there was this other guy I was
Like a good
talking to.
reaction or
No,
like a
like good, like it like melted my heart. Like right there, he could have asked me for anything, and he probably would have. I would have been like, okay, he didn't, but he probably could have asked me for anything. Because it was such a good reaction and genuine. Like you can tell if it's genuine or if it's not.
okay.
Uh, and then there's this other guy that I a long time ago, not a long time ago, but because I mean I haven't, but a while back. I would say for Christmas,
Mm.
I custom made him this bracelet, and it had his kid's name, and his kids live in Ghana, so I put the coordinates of where his kids were. Um, and I like to think of that kind of stuff when I give someone a present. I don't want it to be just like a generic gift. And it doesn't
Mhm.
always have to be custom made, of course, but those two were. But I like to think about it. Or like one time, my ex husband wanted this used wrestler that they had at this store. What is
Mm.
it? Video trading company?
Yeah, movie
Yeah,
trading company. Yeah, I
movie
like
trading
going there.
company. And when we went there, he didn't have a cash on him. Uh, and I forgot why we couldn't use the card. We had enough money for something else, but not for that toy he wanted. That was one of the very first
Mm.
times I drove alone in Dallas. Well, with my mom. All the way over there, I used to live in Frisco, and this was downtown Dallas. And there was a gas shortage. I was almost stranded.
Mm.
But I knew it was important to him, so I went and looked for it. Like little things like that, or thoughtful things, are important both ends. Like just like man, I almost said his name, and nobody can know his name until later. Like I don't like saying people's name. Uh,
Trust me, we ain't
I,
gonna find them. Trust me, we'll. Just you can say Elmer Fudd off. You won't.
No,
No,
no, no. I like to keep things like not secret but private.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah, I keep them private but not secret. Like I never
I
want
think it's
any.
good to be that way. I
Yeah.
think it's good to be that way. So,
Like for example, like whenever I'm talking to someone, my mom knows about it. Both my grandmas know about it. Camber, Brittany, and Madison know about it, and Joseph. So there's seven people. My dad will not know about it. My dad will only meet someone when I'm ready to get married.
hmm, man,
That's how my dad is. Like my dad is very old school. I cannot bring anybody home unless it's like legit, legit. And I date with the intent to marry. Like obviously, I don't plan to marry everybody. I go on a date, but that's the original intention. And if that's not their intention, that's fine. But I'm gonna walk away.
I don't know. I think for me, I mean, being, I guess from all the people that I'm cool with, and everybody friends with, I, I just I just don't see myself ever getting married.
Hmm.
I just don't see that. Not to be like, I don't want anybody to take this as I want people to feel sorry for me, because I don't
No,
want it.
why? Some people don't want to
But
get married,
but I
and that's
just I
fine.
just I just don't see it that way because it's too many inconsistencies amongst people in general.
Hmm.
Like you just can't say, well, I want someone to be this and this, but you're giving the wrong energy.
Hmm.
So I mean I'm okay with just being a loner. Cause I mean, at least I know, like, okay, I gotta fend for myself. I gotta do this, this, this. Unless the other person wants to be a team player,
Hmm.
then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So, but it's like sometimes like there are four different seasons. Out of them four seasons, they're gonna find somebody. So you um
I think there's someone for everybody with the same goals. Some people don't want to get married, and that's fine. Like, I don't think anybody should tell someone to get married. Like, some people get divorced and they're like, I guess the experience is so traumatic, which I'm surprised mine didn't push me to that level. But it's so traumatic that they're like, fuck this, I'm never getting married again. And mine could have been to that point because, man, like, nobody knows the extent of everything I went through, and it was like hardcore.
I think I think like
Like Netflix forever.
if it's like you have to really be in some like say for instance with this podcast I'm doing, it's like it has to be really where in the setting of um I'm trying to think. Like if we somewhere like in the studio, it's like that conversations of those topics. It has
Hmm.
to really be deep, deep in order for you or Kwame to be comfortable with talking.
Hmm.
Talking about this stuff. I will feel uncomfortable if somebody tried to make me force either one of y'all to talk about that type of stuff because that's
Hmm.
very near and dear to your heart because you don't want nobody to be like, all right, I'll pay you this amount of money if you tell me what happened. Like, no, if they don't want to say what happens or tell
Hmm.
their side of the story on how it affected them, I'm okay with that. We can talk about others. We can talk about
Hmm.
other topics. We can talk about wrestling. We can talk about all type of stuff. But when you
Hmm.
talk about marriages and divorce, that's a touchy subject.
Hmm.
I mean, most people can laugh and talk about that stuff years and down the line or whatever. But it's just based on if you're willing to be comfortable to talk about that.
Hmm.
So, like, I mean, I commend y'all to even talking about that stuff because I mean, it's that I mean it's just personal. I think like really personal to
Hmm.
talk about. So
Oh yeah.
not I mean not to say like there's going to be another person somewhere down the line that's going to you know be that potential next husband or wife or whatever, but you're not really focused on that point. You just
What
looking at
I would. personally pick a husband and a wife because I like guys. But there's nothing wrong with having a wife.
Good Lord Jesus, happy wife, happy life. Um,
Yeah.
but it's like since y'all going, well, you're already still in the proceedings of the divorce, But how has before we get to this question with Jazz, how has the process of not being married no more kind of has it kind of elevated your confidence into knowing like there's another potential person out there for me, or you just feeling like it is what it is. Whenever that time comes, it's not going to discourage me. I'm gonna just still keep doing what I'm doing.
I
Jazz,
ain't feel no discouragement.
huh?
I ain't feel no discouragement.
No, I'm just saying like have y'all? I mean like in the point had like I guess with the other person when you was married, like did they ever made you feel discouraged in a way to make you feel like there is nobody else out there,
Oh
like
no.
another person? Okay, okay.
No, there's so many people in the world. There's billions of people in the world. You're bound to find someone, and loving someone is a choice. And I
Hmm.
don't think a lot of people truly follow that. And I believe that. I stopped loving my ex-husband when I said I'm not gonna love you anymore. Obviously, I wasn't like overnight, but I know the distinct moment when I said I'm not gonna love you anymore. You have
Hmm.
like the grass is green where you water it. If you don't water it,
Yeah.
and once I knew that fertilizer was gone, there was no point for me to uh, keep that commitment that I made to him in the altar at church. Uh, that was also legally binding. Like, and I knew I gave it my all. Like, I had nothing else to give. Like, I gave it my all. And in any relationship I'm in, I'm gonna give it my all, uh, knowing full well that might crush me. Obviously,
Hmm.
once you go through a divorce like that, it's much easier to pick yourself back up. Like this guy with the bracelet, he kind of crushed my heart a little bit, but I was back up and running, and I don't mean like in the dating scene, but like I was good. I knew who I was because my divorce gave me the gift of getting to know myself truly. I had gotten lost in that marriage, and I'm partially responsible for that because I didn't nurture who I was, my soul, my identity.
Mm. Okay.
And
So,
now I will never stop nurturing that.
so Miss Jazz asked the question:
Mhm.
How do you break up How do you break up with someone you're not feeling anymore without making them feel some way about it? Mm. Just say it's
Well,
over, bitch. Nah,
you can't control how they're gonna feel. You can only worry about what you can control. Um,
that's like a
so
Kobe Bryant quote right there. Okay.
you gotta be kind, I feel, and honest, and wish them well in the end. Or if they were assholes, wish them what they deserve.
Boy. Ooh, you ain't gonna let that dude go with that.
I'm not.
Man, look, sir, whoever you are, please get this situation done so she, you know, wish you the best of luck.
That's almost done. My attorney's taking care of it, but I mean that part's on hold because I
Mm.
gotta finish other things first. But for the most part, that's almost done, and it's such a relief. But yeah, you cannot control how someone's gonna feel because you don't know how they feel about you. Like it might be a relief to them. Maybe they feel that disconnect too, or they might be completely shocked. And it's kinder to let someone go than keep them when you know it's not going anywhere.
That is true right there, player.
Yeah, I think that's the kindest thing to do to let someone go. And honestly, prior to my divorce, I had never been broken up with. Even though I officially told him, yeah, we need to go on with the divorce, I technically, my ex husband broke up with me. Um, and you know what? I wish she would have done it sooner.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I would be achieving my goals much sooner.
Makes
I
sense.
did. I didn't realize how much my marriage held me back, and not all marriages do that. But if you're in a healthy relationship, you're gonna propel to your goals.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, most definitely.
if you're not in a good relationship, you're gonna be stagnant because you're not
Ooh, man.
in the right environment. And I mean, right now I'm a lot more discerning. Like if I don't feel like I'm in the right environment, I peace out. So Jazz, if you don't feel like you're in the right environment, peace out. That's the kind of thing. It might sting, but like, what if this is like in those YouTube videos that like the girl is not feeling the guy, and like there's like this proposal in front of all these people like at Disney or at a park, and then the girl runs
Hey,
away because you're not,
man,
you don't want to let it
that
escalate to that.
look. The funny thing about those, I think I seen one. This guy proposed, but he took his Jordans off. I was like, yeah, that's a true person, shoe person right there. We ain't finna propose with no Jordans on. We don't want no creases on the
Mhm.
front of them thing. Oh shoot, dang man, what happened, man? I got creases on my Jordans, bro. Man, I knew I should have wore some Crocs.
You are not going to be proposing to no one in no Crocs.
Shit, watch me, watch me. And the day that
There's
comes,
nothing wrong
watch.
with Crocs, but Crocs is not a
Uh,
proposal outfit.
I'm finna propose to whoever it is wearing
Do
Crocs.
it barefoot instead. Like
Uh,
some khakis, a white shirt, button up, and barefoot, and then you lace up your shoes.
tell you right now. Tell you right now. I remember my ex used to say, she used to say, like, whenever we get married, I'm gonna be wearing a suit with some dress shoes. I said, devil's lie. I'm gonna be wearing half a suit with some Jordans on. And my groomsmen gonna be wearing that too. So no.
Well,
And then plus, I don't want to wear no tie. Like,
well
I
then
mean,
don't.
I may do a bow tie. That's something I can just easily clip on, clip off. That's it. But
That's
I
fine.
ain't wearing no dress shoes. These gonna be it's gonna be some Jordans, most likely. So Kwame, I'm just giving you the heads up. So
You just said
whenever
you didn't want to get married.
I said I know, but I'm just saying, just in case if somebody can change
Okay,
my
you
thought,
know what? So someone might. I don't think anybody should get married if they have doubts. But hey, if you find the right person,
if it happens, hey, I'm like
it
Brandon,
happens.
I got my Jordans on. Where you at?
Okay.
Why you not at the wedding? Come on, show up.
Oh no, I'll be wearing Jordans too.
I'm
If
coming.
it's your wedding, I'll have to wear
I'm
Jordans.
gonna come out there. Come out there, listen to the rock or something, or Roman Rain theme song or something. Nah, but
I'll be a groomswoman.
boy, I'm like, man, look, I ain't. She wasn't really gonna be on this side, but hey, she's part of the crew, I guess. So hey, she can switch
I
sides,
guess.
spin around, wear a dress, and spin back around, wear a suit. So hey, look, it's
Oh my god, yes, that would be fire. I would totally do that. Totally do that. Now I feel like I need
I
to.
can just actually see that mess going on. I'm like, bro, this really happened at my wedding. Like,
I'm gonna have to get no. I'm gonna have to get into something like even if it's just for a family quinceañera or something, not a wedding, because like now what am I? If I do that at a family wedding, they'll kick my ass because they'll say I'm upstaging. But
mm-mm, you're a mess. But I think like with the dating scene going on, I think Kwame kind of put some bullet points up. Like what do you think has changed in the dating scene since I guess with the pandemic and everything? What do you think is going well? What do you think needs to change, and what do you think guys got what has gotten worse? What do y'all think?
Commitment.
hmm
Commitment.
and intentions. Not everybody means it like actually says their intention. Because for every intention, there's somebody else that has the same intention. Then you'll find someone. But like if you don't like share your actual intention, that's when you're wasting people's time.
Yeah.
And
It's
trust,
it,
yeah, trust is
it's
hard.
Is transparent and intentions the same thing? 'Cause I was gonna say transparency, but if
Mhm.
they're
Yes.
the same thing, they kind of equal. So
Yeah,
okay,
transparency would match. Like
Family
I would
Feud, ding.
I would much rather someone tell me something I don't like than lie about it.
Mm,
That doesn't mean that like not having the same opinion is not going to ruin everything necessarily. Like for example, this guy I'm talking to, and I have some beliefs that are completely different. And he thought I was going to get mad at him, but that's his opinion, and this is mine. As long as he's not trying to change mine, I don't care. Have your
so,
opinion, and you're respectful of others.
so Jazz, are you saying trust has gotten worse? Sir?
Hmm.
I think that's what she. Oh,
Yeah, I think that's what she meant.
okay. I was just trying to make sure because I mean, uh, so that's what's gotten worse. So, what do you think has gotten better in your opinion?
Creativity
Creativity, how?
on how to date people with some people. Like
Mm.
for example, when people weren't meeting in person, they had Zoom or Discord dates. I think those are
Man,
cool.
say I'm okay with face video chat now because
Hmm.
I mean, I mean, I always tell people like just keep the same energy when we meet because
Yeah,
it's gonna change once we meet. I
yeah.
feel like it.
Well, no, I don't think everybody changes. Although I do think some people might be less energetic on video because it is kind of weird if you think about it. Like I'm used to it because I've been working from home since 2013, so I kind of got used to it. Like I didn't have to transition into video calling. Like this entire room is legitimately for video conversation. Like I literally have, I'm not even lying, on that desk over there I have 5 monitors. 3 of them are mine, 2 of them are for my old job, 2 towers, and all these components that
Man,
I need to take to my storage unit, but I don't want to go by myself because it's a lot of electronics, and my storage unit is upstairs, so I don't feel safe doing that by myself. All the other stuff is fine, but so much electronics, like I mean, I know I can fight and stuff, but like, why am I gonna be?
you look like you can fight. I know
Oh no,
I can
I
fight.
can, I can.
Ain't no way. I'm telling you right now. Walk up on you and anybody, it's a done deal.
My neighbor who was in special forces in the army was scared of me.
Can you blame them?
No, I cannot.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like the Latinas in the world, the short Latinas, y'all is no joke. Like, no, like y'all can jump on the dude that's 7'5" or whatever. Don't even
Yep,
care about the height. Like that's
I
that's
care
how
about the height. I like climbing them.
man. Well, I'm see you on news. Yep, that's Brenda right there. You know, trust me, I know that's her.
Yeah,
I see she
uh,
got the
I like tall guys.
she
I like
got
tall
she
guys.
got Lola
Also,
on she got
yeah.
Lola on the dog on the back of his ankles biting.
Oh, Lola will defend me. Like Lola will defend me against anybody. But yeah, I do have my type. I like tall guys. Um, and although I have dated short guys in the past, like before I got married, the guy I dated was short.
Uh,
Actually, how many short guys? I guess my freshman year in high school, I talked to this guy that was super short. I mean, not super super short, but short. Everybody's taller than me, to be honest. And then in 10th grade, I had a boyfriend, Dad, who was short. And then everybody else has been tall other than the guy before my ex husband.
I
Um,
think I tried to date somebody my height, but that failed. So uh,
yeah. I like them tall.
that's an afterthought. But
Yeah.
so what would y'all say can be improved in the dating scene?
Communication.
What was the question?
What can be improved in the dating scene for the rest of this year and beyond while we in this?
Oh, and actually going on dates. Like, you actually have to go out there and meet in person. Like, I like it
Yeah.
when a guy is like, okay, so this is my schedule. Are you available? And I like for a guy to plan it at the first couple of dates. I will like obviously take into consideration and be okay if I'm completely opposed to that, but I actually have never been. Um, but I don't. I think there's nothing sexier than a guy being like, okay, these are the dates that we can do something. Do these work for you? Um, and this is what I propose we do. That's so sexy to me.
Y'all hear though? Y'all hear that, guys out there?
Mm.
Y'all hear that? Y'all better plan a day for Brenda. So,
Well, no. I'm already dating one. I date one
oh,
person at a
okay,
time.
okay. I'm sorry. I take that back. So she's temporary off the market for right now.
Yeah,
If
I'm on
y'all just
layway. I'm on layway because he ain't my boyfriend.
gonna be like what they do, like at the doctor place, you pull that little paper thing and hold the weight number 87,
Yeah,
87.
I'm on layaway. There's people that do want me to pull me off of layaway, but no, like there's someone that caught me on layaway now, so we're
80,
there.
87, 87. Are you there? 87,
No, 28, 28.
28. Oh, he's not there. Okay,
He's way younger
205,
than me.
205, 205. Are you there? 205.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Actually, I was hesitant in dating him because he's younger than me, like a lot. Like he's 20. He just turned 28. And my mom was like, "No, go for it." I'm like, "Mom, he's younger." And
does he
she's
look
like,
like he's 28?
I mean, he doesn't look old, but he doesn't look like a baby.
Well, I mean, I think he'll be fine. I mean,
No, I'll be fine. He showed me he's mature enough. Um,
he got common sense.
oh, he definitely has common sense. He's a gentleman. He opens the door for me. And he didn't even let me pay on his birthday. And I actually, when I was dating my ex husband, I didn't let anybody pay for me, like
Mm,
ever. I didn't want anybody to pay for me because back then I was so immature. I was like, I don't want to owe him anything, like anybody I'm
mhm.
talking to. So I wouldn't let anyone pay. Now him paying for me, and it's not like we're going on these extravagant dates. Like I don't want that because that just feels weird to me. And I know a lot of females like to go on extravagant dates. I feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
going on extravagant dates in the beginning. To me, that's not until like you've been in a relationship for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
So Jazz says I agree with her. Communication is the key. A
mhm.
lot of people lose a lot of people because of lack of trust, lack of communication, trust. So
Yeah. If someone, and also consistency. If you show me this is the way you communicate and then you change that, then I'm going to be like, what the heck is going on? And turn off. Turn off. Like when there's a change in that consistency, it's a turn off.
man,
Like, I don't talk to him that much in between dates, but I date him consistently. Um, like most of our conversations via text are like hi, good morning, good night, and how was your day, very basic. And I've been learning that if the text has too much emotion, that erodes the communication process. uh
basic is cool though.
no,
Too
yeah. And
basic
I
is
like
cool.
that. And if he doesn't want to talk to me, he'll tell me, and not like in an offensive way, like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I'm tired. I don't have the energy to talk to you right now. That, like, when he told me that the first time, I thought that was very sexy. And I know it's weird. Like, I don't want to talk to you. That's sexy. Yeah, because he was being open and vulnerable. Like, you don't know if someone's going to take that well when you first tell them, like, I'm not in the right mindset to talk to you right now. Some people will take offense to that and think it's directed against them. But this man
Man,
works so hard. Like he wants his time for himself. He wants to sleep. He wants to just chill with his siblings or hang out with his friends. That's fine. Go to you.
I think what I noticed some people, um, from what I can tell, they will put they all in one conversation instead of
Hmm.
letting it build over time
Hmm.
or the expectation of a person. Like I think had this conversation with Bashard one day. He was trying to talk to this one lady at work, and the girl, I think she had a son or whatever. So he just felt like it was the end of the world because she had a son.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I don't have another shot in dating. I'm like, dude, the day is not over. The year is not over. Your time is not over. So why are you thinking that way? It's like it's anybody's time, but I'm not gonna get mad because it might be Kwame and Brenda's time to meet their significant others, but I'm not gonna get upset. I'm gonna be
Yes.
supportive. I'm gonna just be supportive. Okay, I see y'all. All right, I hope y'all. I hope everything works well with y'all. But sometimes when people say that, I know that it doesn't come from a good place.
Mm.
If it's like half effort, like yeah, I wish y'all nothing but the best. But it's like how you saying it is not too convincing. So
Mm-hmm.
I think what is also lacking sometimes is just being yourself, being comfortable in your own skin. I'm not telling you to be this person. I'm not telling you to be somebody else.
Mm.
I'm just want you to be is yourself. The same way that we interact on the dating sites or dating apps or whatever, to the virtual conversation, video chat, then to the face to face. It's like it should just stay the same.
Yes.
Only time, I mean, sure, like when you're a couple or you're getting to know each other, you're going to have some disagreements. You're going to have these problems, which that's always going to be understandable. So it's not like it's the end of the world. Like, oh man, here come Brenda. She's over here to complain about this again. It's like, okay, hey Brenda, what's going on? I can tell something is a little off with you. What's going on? You want to talk about it? All right, cool. Let's talk. So it's like some
And
people
you know
just
what? When
do it.
someone notices that, that is also perfect. Like I
I could
love that.
tell. I could tell with that, like just by the vibe of the conversation. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this person ain't hit me up this that much. Okay, let me go and check on them, see how they doing. Let me do
Yeah.
a mental check and just see.
Yep.
So
And those are always appreciated. I think mental checks are really important. Like the other day, one of my friends, I just had a feeling something was wrong with them. They haven't told me anything. And I don't talk to this friend all the time, but it's one of my closest friends, and I'll fight anybody to protect them. There's actually someone I do want to fight because I'm like, bitch, like, be nice to my friend. Um,
damn, girl, you just lethal out here in these parts. Hey, y'all
Well,
better watch out for Brenda in
I protect
these
my
streets.
friends, but I don't think that would be the right move here. So I'm staying out of it. But I
No,
want to be like, bitch, like, be nice to my
no,
friend, like,
I'm
be.
telling you, Brenda. They asked me, Brenda, did you think Brenda was gonna do this? Look who you talking to. Okay, just remember, this Brenda. Okay, that's nothing else to say. Just Just get the hell out the way. That's all I can tell y'all. Just get out the way. If y'all mess with her, I can't really help you. I'm gonna just have you
Yeah,
sign this waiver that
yep,
I gave you a warning of not
yep.
to mess with Brenda. But since you chose to mess with her, hey, what hospital do you want to be at? Parkland. I mean, hey, there's different selections of hospitals to be at.
And there's a lot of
Um,
options in DFW, but this person is actually in my hometown. Well, not in my hometown, actually in San Antonio. Um, so they would need a different hospital. But nah, I'm not gonna do anything. To be honest, obviously, if we were face to face and I needed to defend one of my friends in person, well, yeah, like
I,
I
I'm
would not care.
gone. I'm gone before they even happen. So you're
Nah,
gonna see like you're gonna see a
well,
smoke impression of where I was standing
my
at the
friend
courting
cannot
house.
punch a girl or a woman. So I will protect my friend.
Uh,
Um,
Anybody seen Brandon? Yeah, he was standing right here. Yeah, keyword was standing right here.
no, but like I felt something was off in my gut, even though I hadn't talked to him in days. And I'm like, "How
Hmm.
are you?" And he wasn't doing great. And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "This is not gonna fly." And then he told me stuff, and I'm like, "Nope." And I'm happy that he is much happier now. But I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I think it's important to check on your friends, especially friends that have a lot of pressure and expectations from their surrounding circle.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's like that mental checkup, and it's like when you want to reach out to people, but they need it. and it's like you have to push yourself to really reach out to the people that you know
Mhm.
are going through stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they mentally tough, you like, okay, I know Brenda's probably going through this, but I'm gonna just call her and see how she doing. If she don't answer, then hey, I'm not gonna take no offense to it. But
Mhm.
it's like it's you have to understand like some people just need it because it makes them feel better on the inside. It's like, oh man, I'm glad you called. I was
Mhm.
just about to call you and tell you about this. Man, you don't know what the heck just happened this week.
Mhm.
That type
Yeah.
of stuff. So, but it's um I think it's just I'm trying to think. It's always good to know like you have the go to people that you know that can just reach out without, hey, it's
Mhm.
okay to call you. Like, no, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. What's happening?
Like, like what's going on?
Mm.
So I don't know. It's just crazy to me. But I mean, not crazy in a sense, but it's like
Yeah.
just crazy in a way. It's like, okay, I know what I need to do.
Mhm.
So, but Jazz, you got anything you want to mention in the chat? Something that you think is a good, helpful recommendation or questions that you still may have. But I think it's still important, like to know, like when you're going in any point in time, like when you're going through a disconnection with somebody, it's most important to never lose yourself in it and trying to
Mhm.
fix stuff. Because it can just really mess with you mentally and physically
Yeah.
and emotionally. So we put our emotions right there on the forefront. Like you did this and you made me feel like this, Brenda. You don't care.
No, the best way to communicate that kind of stuff is to state what happened, state
Yeah.
how that made you feel, and the perceptions that caused, and then inquire what was the intentions or what did you mean it by that. And that's not always easy. I'm making it seem like that's always how I have communicated. That's not how I communicated with my ex-husband.
Mm.
No, but I just want peace in my life now. So even though I'm saying that I'll go defend my friend and I will defend him, but I try to avoid conflict, but not hide or retreat from it. If problems go unsaid, then they're gonna escalate. But there's a way to address them respectfully,
Yeah.
and with kindness and understanding. So, for example, this guy gets called into work a lot because since he works in the hospital, of course, there's staff shortages.
Man,
Um,
I know his phone. I know his battery be low like a mother on his phone.
yeah, and like one day I was literally on my way to the date, and he's like, they just called me into work, and he thought I was gonna get completely upset, and I was disappointed, but I'm not upset. That's not his fault.
Hmm.
And like the contrary would be that he's unempathetic to his colleagues. So no.
Yeah, cause I mean, not too many people be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna come in." But it's like if you got big responsibilities to
Hmm.
handle, and hey, they need you. You need to come out there, Captain. They say you the only one you can. You the only one
Hmm.
that can to run this ship over here.
Yep.
So
And
it's
he told me so. I again communication. I appreciated that. And he's like, please tell me you haven't left because I hadn't answered my phone now because I was ignoring him. But I was getting in the car and I forgot something inside, so he was like trying to reach me. And I'm like, no, that's fine. I still went to where we were gonna go on a date. I didn't even tell him because I didn't want him to feel bad because I like going there anyways, and I go there by myself. Like it's actually my favorite park that I had never shared with anybody except my sibling. Like whenever I find like a safe space, it's impossible for me to share it with someone because I don't want it to get tainted.
yeah. I think for me, it's like when I want to get to know somebody on. It's like I can detect easily the vibe of the conversation.
Hmm.
So it's like if it doesn't lead to like if the conversation doesn't have to have any flirting or flirtatious comments from either side. Okay, I'm okay with just being just being friends, and I'm okay with that.
Sometimes
Like
people don't know how to flirt though. Like honestly, I'm so bad at flirting.
I'm dumb to not know like you
Like
even flirting with me. That's
there
like
have been times that I've been flirted with and I had no idea. And there's times that like, I remember one time my sister told me someone was flirting with me, and I'm like, they were not. Like I confirmed later that they
I'm
were not.
I'm so oblivious to the point where it's like I don't even know that you're even trying to come on to me. Like,
Yeah, no. And this is one of the things I like about this guy that I know he's flirting with me, and the way he looks at me. I was like my friend. I'm like, I
see
had
the
never seen anybody stare at me the way he does, but not in a creepy way. I know that sounds creepy, but not in a creepy way. The way he stares at me, and my friend Camper really likes him, and she has never even met him. I think I'm gonna have her meet him when she comes on the 23rd, because she's gonna
mm,
come visit me. So I think, and it takes a lot for me to introduce someone. And he was already even talking about meeting my mom, and I did not expect that because it's really new. I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
Um,
You had to get down repeat. What you just say again?
yeah. So and not like that. It was like something, nothing like pressure or anything like that. And my mom doesn't even live here, so it's not like it'll be tomorrow. But like his intentions are very clear to me, and I appreciate that, and I know where he stands.
Well, at least you got some out of it. I think like for me, I'm still going to go in any situation with an open mind, but I'm gonna just have the mentality of expecting unexpected of how it goes.
Oh yeah, well, I don't have
So
any expectations. Like what I do is I let people's patterns tell me who they are.
yeah,
And I know what I want and I know what I need. That sounded like a song. That's not a song. Well, I don't think so. Oh wait, isn't that the Grease song?
that's how I was gonna go with that one.
That's the Grease song. I guess
Yeah,
it's Grease
that's
like
how I was gonna go with that. I was like, wait, that sounds familiar over here.
yeah. No, but it's true. Like I and also dating has taught me what I do not want. Like those are the first things I learned. What I do not want, what I will not
Uh,
tolerate. And even in learning that, like all the people I've talked to have been very respectful. Like that I've continued to. Like I remember one of my pictures. I don't even know if I still have it because right now my dating accounts are deactivated. Actually, they're even deleted. Except Facebook dating because you can't really delete that unless you delete the entire account.
mm-hmm.
Um, but it's deactivated. Like I'm not gonna match with no one because I don't know. I think that's shady. Um, but I don't even remember what I was saying. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Man, you goofy over there, man.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's like I think my mentality it needs to go on a mature level to
Mhm.
where it's like I said, I'm not gonna lose no sleep or whatever happens, as long as I move forward progressively. But
Mhm.
it's like I think I need to get to a point where I think it was a John Cena quote he had on one of his shirts. Oh, it was some. I think he said it. I think it was like fear nothing, regret less,
Mhm.
something like that. I could be wrong, but I think in a point where it's like when you're comfortable with yourself, that should be bonus points right there.
Yeah.
Comfortable and knowing like, okay, I did this is what I want to do moving forward with you as we get to know each other and turn it from friends to this and this and this. But I need to let you know this is what I'm dealing with. And if you can change their perception of it,
Mhm.
everything will be fine. So, and it's like people in general, I don't want to just say, calling out guys and women and stuff. It's just people in general, like you said, don't have the capability to be transparent with somebody.
Mhm.
But you always hearing them telling you, man, these women out here ain't real, man. They ain't being themselves. Or, the women are saying, these guys are just, playing this game and stuff like that. It all intertwines. But
I,
it's
I
like,
I do think there's some people playing games. You just
yeah,
have to be discerning. And if someone is out there just to have a good time, that's fine. Like one time I matched with this guy.
mm,
Um, and I was downtown at the Latino Cultural Center. Or, I don't know. I was seeing this Day of the Dead exhibit. And he matched with me, and he's like, "I'm not trying to date anybody." I'm like, "I was just trying to go have a drink right now." I'm like, just to make it clear, I'm not gonna go have sex with you. And he's like, "All right." He's like, "I'd rather not." Then I'm like, "Okay, cool." Because he just wanted a one night stand, and I'm not about that. Like I will not enjoy that. I have to have some kind of emotional connection to uh, be into it. If not, I'm just yeah, no,
he
nobody will
better
like
he
that.
better one night stand with himself. That's what he better do.
I mean,
God,
but he was beat up front, and there's some women that will want a one night stand. Actually, I don't know if you've seen this TikTok online that says that once you get divorced, there's a whole phase, and I don't think everybody has that. I sure as heck had no intention of doing that. Like I think uh, not everybody should have the privilege of touching my body. But if other people want to go and express themselves with their body, that's on them. And like, I'm no one to judge them. Um,
mm-hmm.
like, why should what I want to do with my body interfere with what they want to do with theirs? If they're consenting adults with somebody else that just wants a one night stand.
Like, I'm gonna tell him to cash at me first, so I know you for real. But ain't nothing gonna happen. But just cash at me the money.
Yeah, like for example, I've always told people that I will not have sex with someone that I would not be okay with accidentally being the father of my kid. Because accidents happen, and if I don't think I could co-parent with you, if we don't get in a long time relationship, no, I'm not having sex with you.
Although you can't be on Maury no more, the show's gone, so you gotta find somebody else
No,
to do the paternity
I
show.
know there's paternity court. I enjoy watching that.
Oh
My
Lord,
sister says I'm ghetto, but
I'm like, look at
I grew
Brenda
up
on
in the
TV.
hood, so.
Gonna text me, hey B, I'm on the show. Well, what show you talking about? You better look
I
on.
would not be in paternity court. If I ever get pregnant unexpectedly, I can guarantee you I will know who the father is.
Mm,
I don't play that.
oh, that's crazy. But I mean, it's. I think in all, I think at the end of the day, most important is to find the disconnection. If there is a mutual concern from both sides, to be like, okay, why are we having so much disconnection from amongst each
Hmm.
other? Let's see what's another one. Don't lose yourself.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
trying to
there's
think.
this Frida Kahlo quote. Let me see if I can find it. Um, Man, my cousin posted it the other day, and it's a quote I love. I mean, I love Frida Kahlo in general. Man, why is my prima posting all of this stuff? She's killing my vibe.
Dang, got the. Hey, I know quite a few vibe killers
I,
along the
I, I
way.
do that too. Like I'll go randomly post a bunch
I
of
know,
memes.
I know some. Oh, oh, glad they ain't watching this. I'm glad they don't have no social media. But
Uh,
I know some vibe killers along the way.
yeah. Well,
Um,
I'll just say the gist. I'm not gonna say the exact, but I guess whenever it says if I have to tell you what I want multiple times, then I don't want it anymore. Like for example, this is a very specific example. Whenever I started, I had just married my ex-husband. I wasn't dating him anymore. Like we were married. I told him that my dream date was to go on a picnic with like the corny blanket, a basket. It didn't have to be like how now they have the glam picnics. No, I didn't want that. Although now I do.
oh
But
Lord.
yes, the cornier the better. But I literally just wanted a blanket with a picnic basket and snacks. I didn't even. It could have been hot Cheetos, a Coke, and a bologna sandwich. Like I didn't care. And he told me that was stupid. And then like he was that's the stupidest date. And I even made him on our third anniversary this book of cheap or free dates for every month, and he told me that was stupid. Like that was a disconnect. Like I don't need expensive dates. I do appreciate them, and he was a great gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
But quality time is what's important to me, and I never went on a picnic with him, and I never wanted to go on a picnic with him, even though that is my dream date, like a real picnic. Like I've never been on a real picnic as a grown up or on a date.
Mm.
And
Okay.
if someone did that for me,
Well, look, I'm gonna just have the guy that
we
you
probably
talk
wouldn't
to
even
go
make it
fishing.
home, to be honest.
That guy to go take you go fishing.
No, see, I would be willing to go fishing if they took me on a picnic, but I'm not going fishing every week. This guy wants to go fishing, and I'm like, fine. He's done a lot. I can do that.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I mean, I got a great uncle that goes fishing. He and
As long as he doesn't take me every week, we're fine. Like if he takes me every week, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
dang, every week. I don't know, man.
I cannot do that.
I think it's hey. I mean, look, if you walk up to you holding the fish, I would die laughing. So if you out there
Oh,
somewhere, keep doing your good work and take her fishing every weekend if possible, just to get a reaction.
no, we would break up. I can guarantee, and that's a stupid and a selfish reason to break up, but we would break up.
Man, you gonna have everybody coming at you. Like, man, what you breaking with him for? Cause he want to go fishing every time.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I have really weird things I like about men, and not like kinky weird, but like there's weird things I find very interesting or attractive. Like it's one of the first comments I made to my friend was like, "Yeah, I was really impressed because he washes his hands often and unprompted," and I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing I liked, but that impressed me.
Ah, man, look,
Because some people do not wash their hands, and oh, I'm like,
say,
you are not touching me with those dirty hands.
say. I done seen that so many times at work at the hospital. Like, I don't hear no running water, and you just grabbing a paper towel. Nah, that's okay. You
Um,
when I'm not even touching the door, I'm gonna get some 3 or 4 paper towels and wrap
mm-hmm.
it around with the door. And then better yet, I see people do this with their elbow and open the door.
Oh yeah,
So
I do that. I do
I'm
that when
like,
possible.
I'm curious. I'm like, man, I hope their elbow don't get stuck in there while they trying to open the
Mm-hmm.
door. Like that would be the most awkward feeling ever. Like dang. But
Yeah, but it's just the little things that count for me, or like when someone gives me a thoughtful, tiny gift. Actually, again, back with my ex-husband, the most thoughtful gift he ever gave me was 35 cents, and that's the most
excuse
memorable
me.
gift. 35 cents. It was like this tiny cup from a gas station, kind of like whenever you go to Starbucks, they have like the tall or whatever is smaller than the tall. I don't know because
Or the $400 cups.
it was a tiny cup. And it was an unprompted gift. He just went to the gas station to pump gas, and he's like, "This cup reminded me of you." I appreciated that gift, and he also gave me some really expensive gifts, and that was my favorite gift he ever gave me. And I know it seems silly,
Mm,
but that seemed thoughtful to me. And then the second gift he ever gave me was a custom made frame with our wedding date with the states and license plates of every of some of the states we visited. Like I thought
mm,
that was thoughtful because that's one of his attributes. Like I know there was a lot of things that were not great about him, but his gift
mm-hmm,
thoughtfulness was pretty good. But a
mm.
lot of times he would try to give me expensive stuff after a fight, and I don't like that.
Oh
Uh,
heck nah.
mm-mm.
I wish somebody would. I might keep it, but look, and
Yeah, no. Like after I'm in an argument with you, do not give me nothing. Like that doesn't seem legit to me or genuine.
just give me some money, then we'll make it a
Not
halfway deal.
especially not money. No,
You know
I
what I mean?
will not take your.
Just give me
My
five
pride is
hundred.
too much. My pride is probably one of my biggest
Yeah.
flaws. Because I will not. I'm like I don't need your help. Actually, no, I won't. I won't mention that because unrelated to relationships, like romantic relationships. But
Just give me $500 and we'll kind of make it of a deal.
no,
No,
no.
no, I'm gonna say to the person that's out here that may want to negotiate, you can buy me some Jordans and we'll call it a good even halfway deal. Uh,
Why did my
but
camera turn off?
say what?
My camera turned off. What happened? Uh,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So what y'all as we end this tonight, what do y'all got plans for the weekend?
Ooh, Clash of the Castle, man. Clash of the Castle.
When is that's Saturday, right?
Yeah, so it's saying for 11, but it's supposed to start at 12.
Oh yeah, they all gonna start older. How about man? Look, I thought you it started late. That's why I
I
was
already,
feeling
I
heck,
already set my alarm for 11 o'clock.
man.
I already know I'm going to watch this first thing turn.
Um, I think now I think it's gonna be a good show. Um,
I might have to go to
I'm,
venue.
I'm still thinking that Drew McIntyre's gonna win. So
Yeah, but
that's
they gotta
fine.
do it. They gotta do it the way where Roman don't get pinned. That's my thing. Don't
I
pin him.
think the best way to do it.
Have
I
serious
would
fans.
I the boldest prediction I would say in this happening. I would say Bray Wyatt makes a return at the show and costs Roman the title. I would say that because he lost the belt to him. So that's the only thing I can say. Maybe they can do something with that. I don't know. But
When Bray Wyatt said Saturday, it's going great. It's gonna be
yeah,
bananas. It's
I
gonna be.
think I also got to make another bold prediction. Maybe later down the road, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are gonna win the tag team titles.
I had said that, man. Like I'm mother.
Uh, I
They can
see that happening.
don't bring. Don't be undefeated. They gotta bring them. Put the titles back up.
You said split back up,
Yeah.
man. Look, we're gonna keep having split ups and undisputed titles every year. Why?
Back titles or intern champion.
I'm telling you. But it's I think
Where's
it's
gonna
gonna
be?
get to a point. It's gonna be a good show. So
Where's gonna be?
um,
And then Drew bringing his old same music backstage. Oh man.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. As I end this live, I definitely appreciate you and Brenda for getting on here. Hopefully, the next time we join, maybe I got some of y'all minds want to discuss. So appreciate the people that's gonna be viewing this, and share this video, send it to somebody that may need some guidance on how to get things situated. And just remember, never lose yourself, people. Peace.